to this one-day national conference on emerging paradigms and innovative practices in commerce, accountancy, and management. Commerce and management today are not what they were even 5 years ago. Business models are being reinvented, technology is redefining accountancy and audit, and the classroom itself is being reshaped by policy reforms. It is in the spirit of inquiry and reinvention that this conference has been envisioned as a meeting ground for academia, industry, and the profession to exchange the ideas that matter. With great respect, I extend a warm welcome to our chief guest, Dr. Vipin Nayak, Director, Naranlala College, Navsari, and our distinguished resource persons, Dr. Srinivasan Iyengar, Professor and former Director at Jamnalal Bajaj Institute of Management Studies, University of Mumbai, C.A.J. Chaira, Central Council Member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Dr. Madhulika Sonamre Ma'am, Director and Professor at School of Management Studies, KBC North Maharashtra University, Jalgaon, and C.A. Nilesh Vasa, Senior Advisor at Ernst & Young LLP, Mumbai. I also warmly welcome Dr. Abhilasha Agarwal, Dean, Faculty of Commerce and Management Studies, and convener of today's national conference. I would acknowledge the gracious presence of Dr. Ganesh Pawar, Principal at N.L. Dalmia College of Arts, Commerce and Science, who has come all the way from Maharashtra to attend this conference. I will also take this opportunity to extend a warm welcome to various faculty deans, departmental heads, distinguished faculty members, research scholars, and most importantly, our delegates and participants. Your presence and participation is what makes this conference a truly meaningful platform for academic dialogue and intellectual exchange. As the Brihadaranya Upanishad reminds us, Tamso Ma Jyotirgamya, lead us from darkness to light. With this timeless prayer, we commence the formal proceedings of today's national conference by invoking the blessings of Almighty. May I now respectfully invite our esteemed dignitaries on and off the dais to kindly come forward and illuminate the ceremonial lamp symbolizing the knowledge, wisdom, and enlightenment. Thank you. May the radiance of these lamps dispel the darkness of ignorance and illuminate journey towards knowledge, innovation, and excellence. As we begin this celebration of knowledge and learning, it is equally fitting to acknowledge the institution that provides the foundation for this journey. Vanita Vishram is a not-for-profit institution with a proud legacy of 119 years. It has remained steadfast in its commitment to empowering women through quality education. This remarkable journey stands as a testament to the vision, dedication, and unwavering commitment of our revered founders, Srimati Shiv Gauriben Gajjar and Srimati Baji Gauriben Munshi. In honor of this illustrious legacy of our beloved institution, may I request everyone to kindly rise for the campus song. शक्तिनो गौरव करती वनिता विशाल। नारी शक्तिनो गौरव करती विशाल। शिव गौरी देवाची गौरीना तप फळाचे अमने। ज्ञानदीप प्रगटाव्यो एना फळ मळाचे अमने। जय जयकार करीशु एवी हैया माझे हा। जय जयकार करीशु एवी हैया माझे। जयशु वाघपरने बांधीशु त्या माळो। आज अमारो तीर्थ स्थानने आज 64 धाम। आज अमारो तीर्थ स्थानने आज 64 धाम। वाली विद्यापीठ हमारी वनिता विश्व।
Central Council member, Institute of Chartered Accountant of India. He will join us within a short period. C.A. Nilesh Vasha sir, a senior advisor at Ernst and Young LLP, Mumbai, and Dr. Madhulika Sonvane ma'am, Director and Professor of School of Management Studies, KBC, North Maharashtra University, Jalgaon. I also extend my heartfelt welcome to respected deans and HODs of various faculties of university, session chairs, academicians, researchers, industry professionals, faculty members, delegates, and dear students present here. As we all know that this is an era where the academicians, research scholars, and professionals must upgrade themselves with the latest developments and innovations of their field. So, to provide a platform to all of them, this one-day national conference has been organized, which will cover important developments and innovations in the field of commerce, accountancy, and management. At this juncture, I am glad to state that for today's conference, we have received more than 90 papers for presentations and around 135 registrations from different colleges and universities, not only of Gujarat, but also from various parts of the country like Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Karnataka, West Bengal, etc. Further, I am happy to announce that today we are going to launch e-souvenir of the conference, which is a small step towards protecting nature and promoting digital India. We are also going to give 5 Best Paper Awards under each sub-themes of the conference. Last but not the least, I hope that this conference will provide a decent platform for elevating knowledge and enriching educational experiences among the researchers and academicians. I wish you all an intellectually stimulating, rewarding, and memorable conference. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, ma'am, for those inspiring words. It is now my honor to introduce our esteemed chief guest for the day, Dr. V.D. Nayak, sir, Director at Narandala College, Navsari. He is a distinguished academician, researcher, and administrator. Dr. Nayak has devoted over 4 decades to the cause of higher education. He has served with distinction as the principal of SPB English Medium College of Commerce, Surat, and has held several prestigious positions at Veer Narmad South Gujarat University, including Dean of the Faculty of Commerce and in-charge registrar. His remarkable contributions to teaching, research, and academic leadership have earned him immense respect in the academic fraternity. Sir, we are truly privileged to have you grace this occasion. I now request Honorable Provost Dr. Dakshesh Thakur sir to felicitate Dr. Desai with memento as a token of respect. Thank you. We now come to a significant part of today's conference, the introduction and felicitation of our distinguished resource persons whose expertise, experience, and insights will add immense value to the deliberations of the day. I begin with a name that needs little introduction in the world of management education. Dr. Srinivasan R. Iyengar, Professor and former Director of Jamnalal Bajaj Institute of Management Studies, University of Mumbai. Sir is a distinguished academician, management consultant, TEDx speaker, author, and corporate trainer, carrying with him over 2 decades of rich experience spanning management education and industry. His areas of expertise ranges from strategic management, business innovation, leadership, international business, and corporate governance. A prolific researcher, he has published extensively in reputed journals, authored acclaimed management textbooks, guided doctoral scholars, and holds multiple patents to his credit. May I request you to kindly step up the dais. To do the honors, I request Honorable Provost Dr. Dakshesh Thakur sir to please come forward and present a token of our deep appreciation. Thank you both. Next, I introduce C.A. Nilesh Vasa, Senior Advisor at Ernst & Young LLP. With a stellar career spanning from 3 decades, our guest today is a veteran in direct and indirect taxation, corporate tax strategy, international taxation, transfer pricing, and regulatory advisory. His distinguished trajectory includes serving as an associate partner at EY and holding senior tax leadership roles at L&T Limited. A prominent speaker and author, he frequently shapes policy discussions across key industry chambers. Furthermore, he bridges the gap between industry and academia right here as a professor of practice at our Department of Commerce. Sir, it is an absolute honor and a matter of great pride to welcome you today. I invite you to kindly step up the dais for felicitation, and I request Honorable Provost Dr. Dakshesh Thakur sir to kindly do the honors. Thank you both. I now introduce Professor Dr. Madhulika Sonamre, Director and Professor at School of Management Studies, Kaviyatri Bahinabai Chaudhary, North Maharashtra University, Jalgaon. Madam brings with her 19 years of teaching and academic administration and research experience. A PhD research guide, Senate member, academic council member, and chairperson of the Board of Studies, she has guided several doctoral scholars and evaluated research for leading universities across India. Her research interests span human resource development, entrepreneurship, marketing, women and child development, and education management. And she actively mentors innovation and startup initiatives. Madam, we are honored to have you amongst us today. I would now invite you on the dais to accept our token of love and gratitude. I request Dean, Faculty of Commerce and Management Studies, Dr. Abhilasha Agarwal, to come forward for the felicitation. Thank you both. Moving ahead, it is an absolute pleasure to introduce our Honorable Provost of VVW, Dr. Dakshish Thakur, a powerhouse of academic brilliance and dedication. He brings the vast experience of serving 2 terms as the Vice Chancellor of Veer Narmad South Gujarat University. But Dr. Thakur is not just a master administrator, he is an insatiable reader, an insightful poet, and a brilliant orator known for his transformative ideas. His remarkable impact on both education and literature has earned him a widespread acclaim, multiple prestigious honors. Combining high intellect with a beautiful creative vision, he continues to inspire us through his multifaceted leadership. Sir, a very warm welcome to you. I request Dr. Nanda Botra, Head of the Commerce Department and co-convener of today's conference, to felicitate Dr. Dakshish Thakur. Thank you both. Next, I am pleased to introduce Dr. Abhilasha Agarwal, who has been an integral part of Vanita Vishram since 1998. With over 28 years of rich academic and administrative expertise, she has served as the principal and currently leads as the Dean of the Faculty of Commerce and Management Studies and Head of Accountancy Department. Beyond her departmental duties, she has actively guided institutional governance through University Senate, Board of Studies, governing body, and as a director of IQAC. Her stellar leadership has continuously driven the academic institutional towards growth. I invite Dr. Bosky Suratwala, Head, Department of Management Studies and co-convener of today's conference, to felicitate Dr. Abhilasha Agarwal. Thank you both. May I now request Dr. Ghanshyam Bhumasha to kindly felicitate Dr. Nanda Botra, Head, Department of Commerce and co-convener of the conference, with a token of appreciation in recognition of her invaluable dedication and significant contribution towards the successful organization of this conference. I now request Dr. Manisha Surti to kindly felicitate Dr. Bosky Suratwala, Head, Department of Management Studies and co-convener of the conference, with a token of appreciation in recognition of her unwavering commitment and valuable contribution to the successful organization of this conference. Thank you. Research finds its true purpose when it is shared, discussed, and built upon. As a testament to the scholarly contributions received for this conference, we are privileged to present the souvenir, a compilation of the abstracts of the research papers that have been accepted for presentation today. May I now request Honorable Chief Guest, Honorable Provost Sir, Dean Madam, and all the esteemed resource persons to kindly come forward for the launch of the souvenir of the one-day national conference on emerging paradigms and innovative practices in commerce, accountancy, and management. May I request our dignitaries to kindly unveil the souvenir. A warm round of applause as we celebrate this significant academic milestone. We sincerely congratulate all the authors whose research has found a place in this publication and extend our appreciation to the editorial committee and review panel for the meticulous efforts in bringing this volume to fruition. Thank you all. Please have your seat. Moving on, now I invite Honorable Provost Dr. Dakshish Thakur sir to bless us with his presidential address.
મારા પ્રિય મિત્ર અને વિદ્વાન આચાર્ય તરીકેની છાપ જેમની છે તેવા ડોક્ટર વીડી નાયક સાહેબ, વિષયના તજજ્ઞ મિત્રો અને જ્ઞાનની ક્ષિતિજ વિસ્તારવા માટે ઉત્સુક આપ સૌનું આ કોન્ફરન્સમાં હું સ્વાગત કરું છું. 1991માં હું જ્યારે અધ્યાપક બન્યો અને મને જેમના પ્રત્યે આદર હતો એવા શિક્ષકોને મળવા માટે ઉત્સાહથી ગયો, ત્યારે જે શિક્ષકોએ મને થોડી સલાહો આપી હતી, કેમ કે બેઝિકલી ટીચરનું કામ સલાહ આપવાનું, માર્ગદર્શન કરવાનું, અને ગુજરાતી ભાષાના વિદ્વાન અધ્યાપક ડોક્ટર સુમન શાહે મને એમ કહ્યું હતું, એક જ વાક્ય કે જે શીખતો નથી એ ક્યારેય શીખવી શકતો નથી. હું ઘણી વખત આવા સમારંભોમાં કહી ચૂક્યો છું. કાકા સાહેબ કાલેલકરે એમ કહ્યું છે કે કુવામાં હોય તો હવાડામાં આવે. अगर शिक्षक ज्ञान समृद्ध नहीं है तो वो अपने बच्चों को क्या सिखाएगा. આપણા શાસ્ત્રોમાં, સંસ્કૃત ઉપનિષદોમાં લખ્યું છે કે મને 10 દિશાઓમાંથી જ્ઞાન પ્રાપ્ત થાવ. તો એવું જ્ઞાન પ્રાપ્ત કરીને એક બીજી પેઢી તૈયાર કરવાનું કામ એ શિક્ષકોનું છે. સત્યમ જ્ઞાનમ અનંતમ. સત્ય અને જ્ઞાન એ અનંત છે. આપણે જેમ જેમ જ્ઞાન પ્રાપ્ત કરીએ છીએ એમ એમ આપણને ખબર પડે છે કે આપણે કેટલા બધા અજ્ઞાની છીએ. જ્ઞાન એટલું બધું ઝડપથી વિકસતું અને વિસ્તરતું જાય છે કે આજે આપણે કોઈ કોન્ફરન્સમાં વાત કરતા કહીશું કે આ એક લેટેસ્ટ સંશોધન આવ્યું છે, એક આવું રિસર્ચ થયું છે, ત્યારે આપણને ખબર નથી કે દુનિયાના બીજા કોઈ છેડે સબ્જેક્ટ વિશેનું આનાથી ઉપરનું, આનાથી આગળનું કોઈ રિસર્ચ તૈયાર થઈ ગયું છે. એ બહુ આનંદની વાત છે કે આપણે એકદમ ઝડપથી વિકસતા અને વિસ્તરતા જ્ઞાનના સાક્ષી છીએ, પણ એનું ગૌરવ લઈએ ત્યારે એની જવાબદારી લેવાની પણ આપણી તૈયારી હોવી જોઈએ. મને એવો આનંદ થાય છે કે રવિવારના દિવસે પરિવારની સાથે રહેવાના બદલે એક રજાનો ઉપયોગ કરીને તમે લોકો અહીંયા આવ્યા છે. મેં કહ્યું હતું કે, અને મારો સ્વભાવ છે, બહુ ક્રિયાકાંડ બહુ કરવાના નહીં, સીધા વિષયની વાતો થાય, સમય ન બગડે. એક્સપર્ટ્સ આપણી પાસે ગુજરાત બહારથી આવ્યા છે, એમની પાસેથી જેટલું આપણે લઈ શકીએ તેટલું લઈને વધારે સમૃદ્ધ થઈએ. તો મને લાગે છે કે આ કોન્ફરન્સ વધારે ફળદાયી નીવડે. આપ સૌનું હું સ્વાગત કરું છું.
Thank you, sir, for those words of wisdom and encouragement that will surely stay with us through the day and beyond. I now invite our chief guest, Dr. Vipin D. Nayak, sir, to address this gathering.
Honorable Provost and my very dear friend, Dr. Takasai, Dean of Faculty of Commerce and Management and convener of this conference, National Conference, Dr. Agarwal, co-convener Dr. Bothra, Dr. Suratwala, distinguished speakers, Dr. Iyengar, Dr. Vaz, Dr. Sonwani, our own CA Jay is will be joining later on. Dear faculty members, distinguished delegates, esteemed faculty members, research scholars, and dear students. A very good morning to all of you. Good morning. Yes, Krishna. It is an honor as well as a pleasure to be here as chief guest. As such, I have been associated with Naita Vishwan before the establishment of the university for last 2 decades at least. And I have seen the growth of this campus, particularly the university, because I have been associated with the procedure of establishment of the university and all those things also. I extend my hearty congratulations to Mohita Islam Women's University, the first university, and so far the only university in Gujarat, Children's University in Gujarat, Women's University in Gujarat, for organizing and bringing together the distinguished gathering of academicians, researchers, industry experts, and students to deliberate on the emerging paradigms and innovative practices in the areas of commerce, accountancy, and management through this conference. The timing of this conference is particularly significant. We are living in an era where changes are continuous, rapid, and transformative. The disciplines of commerce, accountancy, and management are evolving very fast. These disciplines are evolving at an unprecedented pace, driven by technological innovations, globalizations, sustainability, and changing expectations of stakeholders. There is a well-known saying, the best way to predict the future is to create it. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Today, we are not only witnessing change, we also have the opportunity and thereby also the responsibility to save the change. For many years, accountancy was perceived primarily as the science of recording and reporting financial information. Today, that perception has changed dramatically. With the advent of artificial intelligence, real-time financial reporting, forensic analytics, and automation, accounting personnel are no longer just the custodian of financial records. They have become strategic advisors, helping the organizations in anticipating risks, identifying opportunities, and making informed decisions for the future. Commerce too has undergone a remarkable transformation. The The marketplace is no longer confined by geographical boundaries. Digital payments, e-commerce, fintech innovations, global supply chains, and decentralized financial systems have fundamentally changed the way business operates today, and they create value. Today's entrepreneurs can reach their customers across the continents with just few clicks. And the consumer too have the access to products and services from around the world like never before. Management discipline, perhaps more than any other discipline, demands a completely new way of thinking. Today, leaders are expected to manage hybrid and diverse workforces spread across different geographies and time zones. They have to harness the power of technology without losing the human touch. More importantly, success is no longer measured only by profitability. Organizations are increasingly evaluated by responsibility with which they operate themselves through their commitment to the principles related to environmental, social, and ethical governance. Sustainable growth, ethical leadership, and social responsibility have become integral part of long-term organizational success. Dear researchers, scholars, and students, you are the architects of tomorrow's knowledge economy. The papers you present today represent much more than academic exercises. They are ideas that have the potential to influence business practices, public policy, and future research. I would encourage each one of you to ensure that your research does not remain confined to library, shelves, and digital repositories. Let it address real-world challenges. For that, we have to ask difficult questions and we have to come out with the practical solutions. Such questions could be: how can we ensure transparency, accountability, and ethics in an era of AI-driven finances? How can technology be made more accessible to small and medium entrepreneurs without overwhelming them? What qualities define resilient leadership in a world marked by uncertainty and constant disruptions? The answers to such questions will not come from a single institute or a single discipline. They will come from collaborative research, meaningful dialogue, and willingness to change conventional thinking. Conferences such as these are meant for providing a platform for such intellectual discourses. I am confident that inputs from the learned speakers and the discussions held today will spark new ideas, foster valuable collaborations, and contribute meaningfully to the advancement of knowledge in the fields of commerce, accountancy, and management. Before I conclude, I once again congratulate the organizers for their dedication and meticulous efforts in hosting this important academic event. I also extend my best wishes to all the presenters and participants. May this conference be remembered not only for the quality of its paper, but also for the meaningful conversations, professional networks, and innovative ideas coming out of it. I particularly appeal the postgraduate students of M.Com and BA to take maximum advantage and to remember that for you this is probably the most beneficial event for you. So don't waste any this opportunity. Right? This is a time to help yourself upskilling and upscaling your career. Okay? So once again, I congratulate all the persons involved in organizing this event, particularly Akasai and his team for attending the event. God bless Bhankar University. God bless all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you for this thought-provoking address. Sir has beautifully wrapped up the theme of our national conference today. Your perspective will certainly guide our discussions through the day. With this, we come to the conclusion of the inaugural function. On behalf of Vanita Vishram Women's University and the organizing committee, I, Dr. C. Krishna Desai, co-coordinator of today's national conference, extend heartfelt gratitude to our honorable chief guest, esteemed dignitaries, distinguished guests, delegates, and participants for gracing this occasion. A special thanks to our management, MOU partners, faculty members, staff, and student volunteers whose teamwork has made this national conference possible. Thank you, one and all. With the formal inauguration now concluded, I would request all the dignitaries on the dais to please take their seat off the dais. Everybody please be seated. With the formal inauguration now concluded, we shall proceed towards the academic core of today's conference, the technical sessions, where knowledge will be shared, ideas will be exchanged, and meaningful academic deliberations will take place. Business, as we know, is being rewritten by disruption, technology, and by the need for resilience in the face of uncertainty. To help us understand how organizations must reinvent themselves to grow through the change, I now invite Dr. Srinivasan R. Iyengar sir to deliver his address on the future of business, reinventing models of resilience and growth. Over to you, sir.
Very good morning. Respected organization, Agarwal ma'am, invited guests, faculties and students. It's my pleasure, privilege and honor to be here on Sunday. Normally it never happens on Sunday, but I can also see some smiling faces even Sundays also in the conference. That is something very unique. Thank you, ma'am, once again for the invitation. The topic, something very interesting. I thought I'll prepare with something, but now I'll change the topic. I remain with the topic, but I'll change the pedagogy style. And the emerging paradigm, I'm going to focus more about the management, not in the commerce and accountancy. I believe students are also in the master's program, MBA, and this type of research conference always helps to build the industry into interface, the bridge gap between the industry Because of this program, today very senior from ENY all the way travel from Mumbai to here. Academicians from different part of states are coming here. That's a great opportunity where academia could able to learn from others' perspective. That's the purpose of the research conference. And it is also, I always say, right, network is network. This type of conference which helps you to build your network, right? And almost I graded 18 PhDs awarded under mine and another authored 14 books. With you name any international publisher, I have the books including case studies in Harvard. I last year I was there in the Boston. A couple of years before they invited for session. I had a wonderful session at Harvard. When I saw your university 1907, I mean that institute started. Even Harvard Business School started in 1908. Otherwise, the legal institute is much more older. But I'm very happy the institute is very old organization, almost 125 years. Congratulations to you guys, because this is really happy to see 100-year old institute, 124 years almost. Yeah, and see when you say research, right? How do you bring it to academia? You should never separate. Research is different from the learning process. Now, almost 60-70 people are there in the auditorium today, right? I'll tell you the power of the research, right? And before that, yeah, fortunately now provost Nayak Sahab sab log gaya. Problem nahi hai. Now the stage is ours, right? This research conferences, we have, especially on Sunday morning, right? Everybody came here. It's very tough. There on the Sundays, no still someone could able to sit. But are we sitting mentally? Physically, yes, we are. But I wish to know how many people are mentally sitting here, right? And I don't need to raise the hands. I know how to capture job because it's the beauty of academia, right? Almost in academia for more than 20 years plus. Let's see how many people are really wake up with their minds, right? Not physically, mentally. And would you like to do one small exercise? Doing this exercise, you follow my instruction, apply your brain, and see how many people are literally you are awake. But I can tell you honestly, I'm going to cheat everyone. I'm telling you in advance. That is the beauty of it. Still, I will see how many people are really could be able to reckon up. Right? Would you like to do that? Yes. Would you like to do that? Yes. Fantastic. Sit straight. Close your eyes. No paper, pen, mobile in your hand. Have a normal breath from your abdomen 3 times. Normal, not Baba Ramdev, just, Slowly open your eyes. Hope everybody could able to see me. That means you have to see me. Okay? Raise your left hand. Rotate left to right 3 times. Right to left. Right hand. Right to left. Left to right. Both hands put together. Right to left. Left to right. Put your left hand down. Kindly keep right hand at your chin. The exercise got over. My dear great people sitting in the early morning of Sunday, this is not a chin. This is chin. You can clap to that, Alright? What do you understand from this exercise? Very small, right? Bachpan se hamara malum hai. Probably I'm sure if you have kids at home, probably you will be teaching, right? Chaddi, kid preaching and all. But still, many people did mistake. Why you did that? Concentration. Lack of concentration. That's what I said, right? Whenever you come for this type of conferences, when somebody says something, you should carefully watch. And what you like, you have to take care of. And don't blindly follow that. Right? And you can always follow these good things, but always is good to follow, right? And we believe, we trust. There are multiple interpretations. Probably HR ma'am will give, Madhulika ma'am will give more interaction to this. I will restrict right now. I will tell you the power of research. Then we'll come to the management topic, right? See, very interesting part. Now I'm going to ask question. Everybody will raise your hands. I'm not asking you. Before asking only madam raise the hand, so kind she is. Right? Right? Now I'm going to ask question. Everybody bound to raise the hands. Nobody can raise, I'm sure that. When I ask my second question, in the 60 people, hardly 2-3 people may raise your hands. See, that's the beauty of research. I already know the what is the outcome. Without asking question, without knowing profile, I know the what is the outcome. Let's prove it if you want. Then I try to connect the topic with management. Especially management when you talk about innovative practices in emerging paradigms. I try to connect the dot between this. Yeah. Now I'll ask you the question. The question might be very little bit, not relevant, but still it's okay. How many people are having bank account? That's what I said, right? Everybody will raise your hands. Right? Right? Any idea? Assumption, what could be my second question where only 2-3 people will raise your hand?
Bank balance.
No, bank balance, everybody has to keep, even if it is zero balance. No. Even if you ask which bank is, everybody will have bank account, everyone. There will be 1 or 2 hands, right? Now I'll ask you the question, because even if you get zero balance, also today people are keeping more account than that. That's why the government of India Jan Than Aadhaar Mobile, even though they started with the zero, the typical middle class mentality, they love to keep more FDs. Even if the interest rate goes down, people never take the FD and put it into other source. What they try to do, they put more money into the deposit so that they get to compensate. So that the same interest will come. Even 0.5% reduces, they'll put another 1 lakh so that they will get. That's why the typical Indian mentality works middle class. Anyway, that's not a topic for today, which I was mentioning, right? Now, hardly 2-3 people may raise your hands. Except, I am sure, I agree. Let's see how many people. How many people been to your branch physically more than twice in last 1 month? I said hardly 2-3. Exact 2. You should clap for that. No. And the people, those who raise it twice, no. Possibility 80% people they must be gone to the branch because of KYC.
Digital arrest. I had a digital arrest.
No. You have to allow me to complete. That's why I'm standing here. Right? Either possibility KYC, sometimes people ask to come physically, or 70% people goes purely for digital fraud, because you have to go physically and you have to make a complaint. You can't able to do it through app. Now, you understood the research? This is a sample data I took. It is proven that how many people are having bank account, but how many people are go to the branch. Let's see the business model, because I teach this course and I am indoor for many years. Right? In fact, my book and case studies on business model, one of the bestseller in our world. Right? Now, we discuss from the theoretical part, how to be in the business model. Once upon a time, the power of the bank. If I say what is my best bank, how the bank performance will be measured, there are multiple KPIs, key parameter indexes to measure the performance of the bank. One of the parameter could be number of branches. Second parameter could be number of people who come and do the transaction and volume. Then we talk about all the ratios that chartered accountant will do. That is not our, we talk in general language, right? Now, number of branch means, again, that old methodology, that old perception school of thoughts, ideal size of the branch, 1000 to 1500 square feet. That should have a minimum 2 cash counter, where you can deposit and withdraw. That's why sometimes, don't take it seriously, Dena Bank. Actually, its name is Devakar Nanji, but that was below Dena to Lena. Bank is all about 2 transactions, right? Either you have to give and take. That is what bank is all about. Lakshmi said, paisa bhi dete, lete bhi dete. Between them, there is a margin. That's why the bank works. That is a basic principle. In fact, last 2 years, I could have trained at least few thousand bankers of entire central bank, and one of my book on bankers is one of the largest in India. How to do strategies for bankers. In fact, I used to do level 6 and 7, GM and above for the training level, and chief managers level 3 and 4 in the nationalized banks. Now, you just see the consequence. 1500 square feet, 2 cash counter, that means 2 cashier, 1 manager, 1 accountant, 4 clerk. I still remember Many of the people, few might be remembering it, right? Once if you go to the branch, your transaction never complete if you don't take a printout in the passbook. That's what if you go always PSU, there will be a separate queue for passbook. I'm sure if you are a childhood days, you could have remembered, right? Mummy chilata tare passbook ka printout diya. There is a one dedicated person sits for passbook. That is a conventional way they work. Then there is a one security. And the normal that location is prime, so that branch will attract more number of FDs and they can able to reach to the customer. There are multiple indexes, there are parameters. Now that is a conventional school of thoughts. Now we'll come to reality. We'll walk. You take me to any branch, except corporate branch, except in the prime branch. Go to any tier 2, tier 3, even in cities, not necessarily tier 2. We walk into the branch, literally I request you to observe. Anybody been to your branch recently? See how many people are there in the branch. You know, just to see how many people are working in the branch. And because the strength of the brand is all about number of branches. You know, number of branch. Today what's happening is, the thing which was treated as a strength few years before, people say we have a 5,000 branches, 9,000 ATMs. You know, this is the parameter we talk about performance of the bank. ATMs. We have more number of ATMs. I know many PSUs used to market along with ICICI and SBI. They used to complete themselves because we have number of ATMs. That's nothing wrong. That was the time where everybody had to project what they want to invest in. Today I will ask you another question. See, very interesting. I know Gujarat, especially Surat, has high per capita income, right? Which is one of the belt where you find more number of vitamin M more. But still, even though you are a student, you are not earning people. By curiosity, I am asking. Anybody is having? There are some few faculties also, like people like this. Anybody is having more than 2,000 rupees cash at you right now? Can you raise your hand? पूरा पॉपुलेशन में 3 जन हाथ उठाया, 2,000 रुपया रखा है, right? Richest city, high per capita income. Now what will be for you? But if we ask you how many people are having at least 10,000 on your mobile, everybody will say that. No need to raise the hands. I know that output. That's what I'm telling you. No. Now you come to know ATM. 5 रुपये का हमारा GPay करते हैं, correct? We do 5 rupees for Paytm, GPay, you name anything, 5 rupees. We do that. That's a practically, if you see in Mumbai, local train under 5 rupees, we do GPay and buy the tickets. Now, your ATM become a liability. ATM रखो, security रखो, अंदर कुत्ता सो जाता है. You can find most of the ATMs, you'll find dogs sleep comfortably with AC. And people are not using money. If you argue it, then you should have more money, right? And in fact, I travel across India. Trust me, I don't carry money. Anyway, many people sponsor it, that is different. But still, we don't require money. Right? There is no money physically required. So your ATM become liability. And if you go to any branch, especially PSUs, their employment 1/3. And today, if you go to any PSU branch, you realize that inconveniently security works more than anyone. Security बोलेगा सर इधर बैठो, वो फॉर्म भरो. पहले ज़माने में ऐसा security रहते भी नहीं. आजकल पे BVG XYZ ब्रांड वाला रहते, वही काम करते हैं. मैनेजर के पास जाकर तो बोलते हैं सर, I don't want to go more in depth. I can, but not required. Just you can sensitize the what will be the future of management and talking. Right now, what do you think the future of the bank? What is the future of banking? Now my question is, I added another one. Earlier we talked about bank. Now I added one more. What is the future of banking? What do you think future of bank and banking?
Digital platform.
What will be the future of bank? Bank will be question mark. We don't know. It's too early to decide, but it is inconvenient truth. In fact, I written dedicated chapter on Gen Z. Probably I can talk only 6 hours, only how today so-called Gen Z, millennial, alpha, beta, gamma, deadliest community, where their perceptions were completely different. Their thought process, right? Everything mobile driven. On an average, if you see your screenshot your mobile, minimum 5.5 hours. Again, I don't want to ask you because I know that. For example, if I ask you how many people are not there in Instagram, nobody. See, entire crowd only one or two. How many people are not there in Facebook? Sir, I'm not in Instagram, but still I'm in Facebook. Almost everyone. Whether you like or not, one or two, always you will find, exemption in the business. Nothing wrong. There are two poor girls, they don't use it. Now, poor girl, actually I am much more mature than others. But how society perceives, Facebook में नहीं है. See how the perception changes. But the beauty, now we'll ask another question, everybody will raise their hands. Anybody is not using any Google platform, either in Gmail or anything? Nobody. Impossible. Are you paying money for that? Then how do they make business? Entire world, forget about and all. सूरत में बच्चों लोग out of 70 में 70 लोग use कर रहे हैं. What would be their business model then? पुक्कड़ में दे रहे हैं. Where you are using 6 hours. Have you ever thought of it? The technology, what is that world class, and you never paid for it. And without Google, our life is dumb. Because OTP comes, password comes, everything comes in there. Whether you like or not, inconvenient truth, bank account देगा तो बोलते हैं, email ID दे दे. I don't want it, but I will be more happy the girl. I wish to be there in that side. I don't want to use any of this, but I don't have any option. Compulsory people होते हैं भाई मोबाइल नंबर दो, क्यों OTP आएगा? OTP उसमें आएगा, Gmail में backup रखो. They never say Gmail, you can use any other emails too. But 90% invariably we use Google. Now you realize it, right? How these things will have an impact in your business. Who said brand means 1500 square feet, 2 cash counter? I look at cash in the queue, 2 cash counter. Now you go to any brand, there will be no 2 cash counter effectively at all. Observe it. एक जमाना था, token आता था, we'll have to see the token. Nowadays tokens are coming in more in food courts. Right? People are waiting in queue in the restaurant, restaurant, black kitchen, dark kitchen. I never heard of this, right? In my childhood at least. What is dark kitchen? See the trend, how it is changing. The near future, I'll give the example, you will understand that. पहले kitchen closed रहता था. Then open kitchen आया. If you go to anybody's house, people proudly say, my house has an open kitchen. Near future, there will be no kitchen on. Take my word, that will be community kitchen. It is we are going towards that. Whether you like or not, that is inconvenient truth. Near future, we will marching towards that direction. So what will happen? Complete paradigm shift in the management will change. In bank, what is going to happen? Banking will have more future. In fact, we are using more and more banking transaction than today. Every day, at least if you see the number of transactions, what you do with the bank directly or indirectly, even if you go to Amazon, your banking transaction happens in a form of digital payments, right? We use bank almost every day, at least 5-6 times, more than earlier. But the beauty, nobody goes to the bank. Forget about going to the bank. How many people you see your documents, your monthly statements, which comes in your every month email? Except ITR filing once in a year, we download all the 12 and do the. We don't have time to see our statement. You know why? Next second, my message comes. Even if I withdraw or deposit, my message comes immediately. I don't require. So what will happen now? With 1500 square feet or 1000 square feet may turn into 300 square feet branch. The entire branch will have only 2-3 people, maybe supported by AI. And today our youngster doesn't want to see anybody. They are allowed to be more with Alexa and Google and than anyone, right? Gemini, they don't want to see any physical people. They are happy with that. And the entire branch will have 1 or 2 people. Multiple profile will come to the manager. एक ज़माने में manager का profile अलग है, accountant का अलग है, clerk का अलग है, pune का अलग है. आज का वो ज़माना देखेगा that so-called class 4 is completely outsourced. एक ज़माने में if you go to the branch, punes are powerful than managers. People used to say that, but today completely outsourced. They don't want to keep that profile into the payroll. Now what is happening in gig economy? Right, the new employment force. Nobody would show. Tomorrow you will see that is eventually what will happen from lower level that will increase it to mid level to some extent. Chartered accountants are completely also. That's a profession they started historically even 70s, 80s. Chartered accountant always outsource. But today what's happening is everything outsource. What is outsource? When you don't have a source, outsource. Anything can be outsourced. And what will happen to the banks? How many banks were there in India? Wow. How many number of merger and acquisition happen in India? Amazing. Whenever I go to every year, when I quote this example, number changes. I still remember, you name any state in India, there is a state bank. State Bank of Tiruvangur, Hyderabad, Bikaner, Mysore, Tiruvangur, Patiala. You name every state has a state bank. All merged. Right? Then there are many PSU banks every area. If you go to Karnataka, every community will have few banks, corporation, Canara, that also merged. If you go to Tamil Nadu, all Chettiars and all will have separate banks. That also come together. Today, if you see, major government banks, not even 4. एक जमाने में 12-15 था, अब 3 साल के बाद मिलेगी ना, मेरा याद रहेगा. We may not meet physically, right? You remember my words. बाद में वो 4-2 बन जाए. प्राइवेट बैंक कितना था, अभी सब मर्जी होती है. So what happened with Kotak Bank? He is our alumni brother, Uday Kotak, right? How it has happened? Kotak Bank started. They want to grow overnight, one of the biggest bank. Instead of growing organically, they want to grow inorganically. What they did? Kotak Bank took Vaishya Bank. Almost by merging this, they became India's one of the third largest. HDFC Bank reverse merger with HDFC Limited. Now you will find in the business what happened when the competition evolves. What will happen to a number of merger and acquisitions? Because everybody's skills and capabilities can be trade off. Everybody may not have everyone. But today world recognize you have something, I have something, like collaborate. The future is all about collaboration, using their skills and capabilities. And the people also will accept anybody can be anything. People will accept. It was not a business scenario before. Tomorrow, if for example, I am a hardcore example, I am an hardcore Brahmin, I have nothing to do with jewelry brand. I don't know what is diamonds. People always earlier people to buy jewelry from certain community, certain people, certain region. But I am so confident today, by sitting it wherever you want, you tell me I will put my store, I will put the jewelry, people will come and buy. They buy not because of Sheeny, because of the brand. I put the brands on XYZ, which is recognized anyone. We don't know who's the promoter, who knows the promoter. See, I'll give another example. Today the brand is became 20 billion value. Right? Oyo Rooms, Pritesh Agarwal. Young chap. How you created Oyo? Tell me, you are all Gen Zs. When you book the rooms, have anybody stayed outside in the hotels? Anybody booked Oyo Rooms? Or you meet your parents, not necessarily. Yeah? And when you book the hotel or room, tell me what are the things you look for? Whether you booked or you are going to book. I am asking you the question, sir. For example, you are going to Kavadia. आपके लिए दारा नहीं है, एक दिन में जाके आ सकते हैं, फिर भी ओवरनाइट उधर रहने के लिए. आप होटल ढूंढेगा, कैसे ढूंढेगा? What will be your method of booking the rooms? पहले गूगल बाबा सर्च करेगा hotels nearby Kavadia. Second question, once if you search by default XYZ comes, out of XYZ, always you will find Oyo Rooms, Booking.com, Agoda, right? And what you do, I know what you do, but still you tell me what is the process. When you book, what you look for? पहले देखेंगे भाई रूम का रेट कितना है, लोकेशन किधर, क्लोज बाय एरिया, उसका रेटिंग कितना है, स्टार, customer reviews. Tell me, anybody in this crowd genuinely, do you look anything more than that? Apart from price, apart from location, apart from feedback, tell me what else do you look for when you book the room? I think photos तो by default रहेगा ना, फोटो को पूरी रिव्यू देते हैं, फोटो को पूरी लोकेशन देखते हैं. Ratings that I said no, there is a third, or you can jumbled here and there. That's okay. Anything else more than this?
Cleanliness, newly built.
Cleanliness, newly built under is a part of customer feedback. Customer doesn't give feedback if the hotel is very old, if the quality is not good, they will negative. What else? हाँ जी नहीं वो पता है ना लोकेशन बोला हुआ है वो भी पता है और कुछ tell me anybody in this crowd are they compliant with ESG do they have a proper legal taxes on time do they pay salary to the employees on time or do they have the brand what is the credibility in the local हमारा कुछ देना लेना नहीं है एक रातों सोएगा मैक्सिमम पूरा दिन बुक करो तो भी रात को ही सोने वाले सुबह नाश्ता करने वाले ही ब्रेकफास्ट का मेन्यू देख लेंगे चाहिए तो आजकल लोग वो भी पता नहीं चाहिए बाहर का ही बाहर सस्ता है बोलते मिलीनियर्स थिंक डिफरेंट नाउ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग नाउ यू सी इफ यू स्टे इन टाटा और जिंजर और ITC और फर्न व्हाट यू लुक फॉर do you look for feedback do you look for location do you look for hygienic these are by default they will have the best but the beauty the competition end of the day what's happening with millennials look for the competition unequal honestly Oyo room doesn't compete with Tatas but inconvenient truth today Oyo has 1.5 lakh keys is valued more than 20 billion. The number of hotel rooms which comes 40 rooms by Tata Ginger takes 3 to 4 years. The 30 to 40 rooms done by the Oyo room in one day. But the beauty, Tata, if they create a room that is in the asset, you can see in the balance sheet, they fix all that stuff, whatever I said. Their balance sheet, credibility, ESG, quality, trust, confidence, anything. The person who does other side. And today the customer of millennial likes what? चलते हैं एक दिन रहने वाले Oyo room सस्ता है. Now you understood? Now Oyo room doesn't have a single property on their own, but he has 1.5 lakh room. Now what we are moving towards the business model what you talk about, right? एक ज़माने में आपका टैक्सी चाहिए. In fact, I know many people, I forget about others, my own experience, I have 2 cars, I never use. I have 2 cars, I never have a driver. Not only me, most of the people in Mumbai, most of them are having a car, they don't keep a driver most of the time. Why? गाड़ी रखने का तेल का 20,000, ड्राइवर का 20,000, मैं सुबह निकला तो ड्राइवर आएगा भी नहीं. आज जाओगे कहीं रेट दो ऊबर वाला घर का बाजू में 10 दिन बुलाते हैं तो 10 दिन वेट करते हैं. एक जमाना में ड्राइवर हुआ सर scarcity. Today it's become surplus. And at your mobile, you can call 20 people waiting to you by bringing to sedan to EV to luxury to premium to you name anything, including two-wheeler. People are there waiting to pick up you at your doorstep. See how the business model changed? And all the people are outsourced. Nobody in the payroll. Now, as a management student, the problem with me, you have to tell me the time. My one good thing about this program, I always start on time. I also complete it on time. Maybe I try to complete before time. Half an hour is done already. So now I can ask any questions if you have, you can ask me. I'll give one more example and try to restrict. Right? I'll try to restrict one more example and try to restrict. I'll give for more question answers. See how retail transform. Right? How retail transform. एक जमाना था हमारे घर पे सब आते थे. आप घर पे रहेगा ना सुबह दही वाली, नमक वाली, मच्छी वाली. If you feel always product used to come to home. Then what happened when the population increased, reaching to home became challenge. Instead of going each and every home, they used to sit at the corner of the road. Always there is a plate, the people used to go there and buy. Then what happened? Everything was commodity that time. Then slightly Kirana shop emerged. Brands started entering. Maybe 20% brand, 80% commodity. Kirana shop. Percentage was here and there. Don't worry about it. And what happened? नीचे दुकान ऊपर मकान और आगे दुकान पीछे मकान कुछ भी लेने को किराना शॉप में लेते थे. and I'm sure most of the females are experts here because you have your own mentality. इधर मसाला का ये दुकान, तेल के लिए ये दुकान, साबुन के लिए ये दुकान, ऐसा 10 दुकान रहता था घर पे. किराना शॉप में सब मिलते थे, बट लोग लेते थे. मसाले के लिए अलग था, तेल के लिए अलग. So people used to buy. And 90% males, I'm sure chartered accountants sir will accept. 90% people, if you see earlier from sir also from Dalmia, 90% responsibility of buying always lies with females, housewife or mom. Males responsibility to give the money. The day shopping entered, the day, even today also if you see most of the males doesn't, if you ask me to buy broomstick I can't. Even female also reluctant to say your husband to buy जादू लेके आओ, मुश्किल है. बट आज ऐसा नहीं है. शॉपिंग आने के बाद क्या हुआ, उल्टा हो गया. शॉपिंग इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम बाइंग and people started going to modern trade retail, DMart, Big Bazaar, Reliance. Everybody loved it and every male is a part of the shopping for the first weekend. When modern trade come, Kirana shop got affected. When Kirana shop was there, roadside shop was affected. When roadside was affected, the doorstep was affected. It's bound to happen. Paradigm shift, right? That's what we call emerging paradigm. That's where the business transforms. When DMart, Big Bazaar, all the people came, Flipkart and Amazon came. Because Amazon failed in India, they can't survive. They couldn't survive. That's why they took from Bansal Capacity or Flipkart. Because online they don't have expertise. Their expertise on physical retail. Whatever they learnt in US may not be applicable to Indian market. So they came with Indian retail. We also come with emergency online retail, very good. When online retail came, all these big brand retailers was affected, except DMart. Why? Physical store, inventory, same bank example, parking, distance, nobody comes, भाड़ा कितना है, AC, maintenance, too many profiles. ऑनलाइन में कुछ भी जरूरत नहीं, फुल पेज ऐड दे दो, माल भिवंडी में रखो और आउटसाइड सिटी में रखो, ऑर्डर करो, माल घर पे आ जाते, दुकान रखने का जरूरत नहीं, AC जरूरत नहीं, कुछ भी जरूरत नहीं. Your rentals gone almost down. Modern trade retail took over, brick and mortar was replaced by click and mortar. Click and mortar, everybody happy. Everybody used to buy mobile through online. Now, quick commerce retail. Blinkit. ऐसा बंद करे तो पहले 10 मिनट में चाहिए. Instamart, Swiggy. Because of that, Reliance also started Jio 10 minutes. Amazon. What happening at me? Every product reaching to your home within 10 minutes. 70% products, if you see, all ready to eat foods. आपके घर पे कितना किचन पे आ रहा है. पहले कितना, किसके घर पे आप पहले जाते तो क्या बोलते, मेरा मम्मी ये डिश अच्छा बनाते था, हमारा घर का फ्लैगशिप मेनू था, वो सब गया अभी. घर पे कोई आएगा तो चिंता नहीं है, ब्लिंकिट से ऑर्डर कर दिया. See that employment what we created, again big employment, temporary employment. People come to your home. Now, if you see the entire paradigm shift, you can see how our change our lifestyle, how the business model emerged, how the business what we are getting. The conventional jobs are gone. If it is a physical retail store, cashier, visual merchandiser, merchandise manager, category manager, electrician, कितना job होता है. If it is a physical store, hypermarket, 300 people, 150 people used to work in the store. आज पूरा वाइप आउट हो गया. आज कौन ज्यादा कर रहे? कुरियर वाला, सब बनियान पहन के घर पे आके दे. Nothing wrong. See that how business is changed. Now what will happen? Now how it happening? Because this 16-inch or 11-inch replacing your few thousand square feet business. Technology, AI, innovation, changing consumerism. You can watch my last month I appeared in NBC for some interviews. You will get it in Google. Please listen that once. Or you can listen my TEDx. You will come to know how the business model changing, how it is emerging. Because of that, what is the impact in the business? You know, but one good thing about happening it, all happening it, academicians are so benefit. this profession never get affected. That's why we are in this profession. Story बोलने का क्या वही पता नहीं. But real people are affecting in the domains are many in the entire value chain. Right? I once again wish you all the best and good luck. And if you have any questions, happy to answer. I'm done with the session. Thank you. Any questions?
Anyone? Any question? If you want to ask.
So, thanks a lot. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for such a stimulating and forward-looking session. You have truly given us much to reflect upon as we think about the businesses of tomorrow. With this, I would like to give you a brief and comprehensive introduction of the second resource person for today's technical session. I take great pride in introducing C.A. Jai Chaira, Central Council member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, representing Western region. With over 25 years of distinguished experience spanning finance, taxation, auditing, corporate governance, and strategic leadership, C.A. Jai Chaira helps a fellow member of the ICAI and has made significant contributions through his association in key national committees of ICAI, particularly in the areas of professional development, accounting standards, digital transformation, and emerging technologies. A former chairman of the Surat branch of ICAI and vice chairman of the Western Indian Regional Council, he is a respected speaker, mentor, and author. Let us continue. I was introducing C.A. Jai Chaira, Central Council member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, representing Western region, with over 25 years of distinguished experience spanning finance, taxation, auditing, corporate governance, and strategic leadership. C.A. Jai Chaira is a fellow member of the ICAI. He has made significant contributions through association in various key national committees of ICAI, particularly in the areas of professional development, accounting standards, digital transformation, and emerging technologies. Former chairman of the Surat branch and vice chairman of WIRC, he is a respected speaker, mentor, and author. Beyond his professional excellence, he is a gifted artist with profound love for music and painting, embodying a flawless balance of intellect and creativity. So, your gracious presence today with us is truly an honor and a privilege. I request you to please come forward, and I request Dean Madam Dr. Abhilasha Agarwal to please come forward for his felicitation.
Yes, this is Radha clapping.
Thank you both. In a profession that is being reshaped by everyday technology, regulation, and global standards, the ability to continuously skill up is what allows us to scale up. To take us through this journey, I now invite C.A. Jai Chaira sir to share his insights on skill up and scale up. The stage is all yours, sir. I would request Dr. Ghanshyam Bhumachia to please set up the presentation.
very good morning to all of you. Abhilasha Madam, the entire team of Vanita Vishram and my co-speakers and all my dear friends. Once again, a very good morning to all of you. When I got a call from Abhilasha Madam that you have to come for one program, very honestly, I did not ask anything about it. Generally, whenever she asks me, I am always there. So, I think 2 days back only I just asked, what is the target audience? Who am I going to talk to? And maybe out of laziness or something, daily you are into some of the other program. In the morning also I was in one program where we were discussing about the global orbit, that is the global opportunities for chartered accountants in Australia, Canada and like that. In the yesterday evening and today morning we had the programs. So I just came from there. So I was also not very clear, what is the audience and what topic should I choose. So while I got the call, I was in Japan. So then she said, what topic? And Krishna Madam connected with me. So I gave a very generic topic. मैं बोला मुझे पता ही नहीं हम किससे बात करने वाले. So I just said scale up. मैं बोला इसमें तो जो भी होगा कवर कर लेंगे. And very sincerely, 2 days back also when I asked, so I was not very clear. She said there will be some professors, some research scholars. मुझे honestly कुछ समझ में नहीं है. मैं बोला कोई बात नहीं, एक generic topic रख के. The reason is that as a speaker, we always must see to it. सामने कौन है, उनके लिए relevant क्या है, उनको क्या फायदा हो सकता है. And if we can touch up that I think is much more essential rather than 10 पॉइंट बताने की जगह पे 3 बताओ और थोड़े काम के बताओ, तो शायद ज्यादा ये होगा. So I chose the topic skill up.
You are very candid.
Honestly,
Academic credentials, guys.
thank you very much. I had some idea कि अगर मैं कॉलेज आ रहा हूँ मतलब यंगस्टर्स तो होंगे. And sir जैसे बात कर रहे थे Gen Zs, I would love to listen to him for 6 hours. I can sit and listen to him on Gen Zs. The reason is that probably these are the few things we are not very good in observing or maybe doing some research. We keep on discussing more about finance and tax and this and that, so sometimes we miss out on those aspects. So, because I knew very well, youngsters would be there, so I thought, थोड़े से कुछ messages की बात करें. Now, generally what happens, even when I go to chartered accountants, I see some complacence, right? एक बार CA कर लिया ना मतलब बस हो गया. This is generally the mentality of many people, and that's why I always kept on telling my president ICI, sir, we have to develop them in skills. They might be good in income tax, they might be good in audit, they might be good in accounting style or something like that. But along with that, skills are very important. After requesting my president for almost a decade, last year the president was kind enough, he started a new committee, Professional Skills Enrichment Committee, and he handed over to me. I did around some 100 programs across the country in terms of professional skills, identifying negotiation skills, communication, presentation, whatever it could be. We did that. But this year, once again, the discussion was, there are so many committees you have to reduce. And you can understand which committee. They will never think about removing the direct tax committee or international tax committee or audit, and like that. So professional skills committee, जो मैं जैसे तैसे करके 10 साल के बाद लेके आया था, it went away. My personal view is, आज की तारीख में knowledge का जो access है ना वो हमारा बहुत सारा है. Sir was talking about that with the screen and all these things, knowledge इतना सारा है. On the contrary ये है कि कौन सा नहीं लिया जाए. यहाँ पे आ चुके हैं, right? But जो skill building है उसमें शायद और improve करने की जरूरत है. मैं जो समझता हूँ, at least I know about chartered accountancy for sure, and I am sure मैं बाकी सब भी थोड़ा बहुत पढ़ाई की है, तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है in our education system we are more focused on information much more on information. Creativity का scope थोड़ा हमने कम रखा है, and that is very true with chartered accountancy. And there also, I have tried a lot. I was the board of studies chairman. Current syllabus of ICI, CA का जो syllabus है वो मेरा बनाया हुआ है. But still, मैंने कितनी भी कोशिश की, मैं एक भी सब्जेक्ट क्रिएटिव वाला एंटर नहीं कर पाया, एक भी नहीं कर पाया. आई ट्राइड अ लॉट कि सर थोड़ा चेंज करते हैं नई जनरेशन के हिसाब से, बट नहीं, कुछ भी हो जाए सब्जेक्ट तो वही रहेगा. वंस अगेन कंपनी लॉ, बिजनेस लॉ, यही सब रहेगा. सो चलिए थोड़ा लाइटर वेन में हम शुरू करते हैं. सिंपल से क्वेश्चन से स्टार्ट करते हैं. फाइंड आउट द ऑड मैन आउट. राहुल गांधी, ठीक है. और कोई आंसर? इंदिरा गांधी, ओके. और कोई आंसर? नरेंद्र मोदी, ओके. और कोई? जवाहरलाल भी आ गया, ठीक है. वेल, वॉट एवर योर आंसर्स वर देयर, they were correct.
Yes.
They were correct. Why? Say maybe if you take Jawaharlal Nehru, so he was the only person who was into the freedom movement, other three were not there. Right? If you talk about Narendra Modi, he is the only person who does not belong to this family. That is also fine. If you talk about Indira Gandhi, the only lady among this four, and you talk about Rahul Gandhi, the only person who has not become the PM and who has the technology, a very special technology, which others three and we don't have. So, अब होता क्या है? जो मैं मीन्स आई वॉज वेरी श्योर दैट आई एम गोइंग टू टॉक टू स्टूडेंट्स. मुझे तो स्टूडेंट जैसे ही दिख रहे हैं सब, राइट? रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स और ये, मतलब मुझे तो छोटे छोटे बच्चे थोड़े दिख रहे हैं. सो मैं उसी हिसाब से बात कर रहा हूँ. दैट क्या हो रहा है हमारे एजुकेशन सिस्टम में? somehow we are just getting some information and like Xerox machine putting up on the paper. That's it. Nothing is happening beyond it. Nothing is happening beyond it. मैं कई बार सोचता हूँ सूरत की जितनी बड़ी बड़ी स्कूल्स हैं उनके ओनर्स कौन है? They have never gone to school. Are they illiterate? बॉस, उनके पास जितना मैनेजमेंट का नॉलेज है ना, हम में से किसी के पास नहीं. उनके पास जो एक्चुअल नॉलेज है हम में से किसी के पास नहीं. यहां पे क्वेश्चन आता है कि वी आर स्पेंडिंग सो मेनी इयर्स लर्निंग, हाउ कम दोज हु हैव नेवर गॉन टू स्कूल्स एंड कॉलेजेस दे आर रूलिंग. सूरत के आप सभी स्कूल्स देख लीजिए, ज्यादातर सभी प्राइवेट स्कूल्स देख लीजिए. हु आर द ओनर्स? दे हैव नेवर गॉन टू स्कूल्स. तो दैट raises certain questions. आपके और मेरे ऊपर, मैं आपकी बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, मैं आपके जैसा ही हूँ. आपके और मेरे ऊपर क्वेश्चन खड़ा होता है कि हम सिर्फ इनके बिजनेस की बात करेंगे या हम वो बिजनेस क्रिएट करेंगे. I keep on telling that to chartered accountants also. आप अपने क्लाइंट की बात करोगे, मेरा ये क्लाइंट है, या खुद एक बड़ा बिजनेस स्टार्ट करें? दैट इज द क्वेश्चन. एंड जनरली मैनेजमेंट का कोई भी सेशन सुनने को मिले तो मैं कभी मिस नहीं करता. दैट इज वहां पे जो नया एक कुछ मिलने का स्कोप है तो मैं कभी मिस नहीं करता. वेल, सो क्रिएटिविटी क्यों नहीं है हमें? एंड द इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग इज देयर इज अ बुक कॉल्ड डैनियल पिंक. यहाँ बैठे हुए लोगों के लिए थोड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग है. डैनियल पिंक की एक बुक है which says that future belongs to the righties. See, with this AI and all these things, technology ने पहले left side of the brain को असर किया, that is logical, sequential thinking and like that, analytical or something. The right side creativity पे टेक्नोलॉजी इतनी इम्पैक्ट नहीं कर रही थी, AI अब उसको इम्पैक्ट करने को लगा है. Still that book was very clear कि जो क्रिएटिव बात है, इंट्यूशन. अच्छा, आई एम नॉट श्योर वेदर यू नो इट और नॉट, बट इट इज सेड इन इंडिया दैट अर्ध नर नारेश्वरवाद वाली बात होती है. हम सब के अंदर मेल और फीमेल दोनों एलिमेंट्स होते हैं, राइट? लेफ्ट ब्रेन इज टर्म्ड एज द मेल ब्रेन, मेल पार्ट ऑफ द ब्रेन, जो लॉजिकली सोचता है, सीक्वेंशियली सोचता है. राइट इज अबाउट क्रिएटिविटी, इंट्यूशन, जो एक फीमेल एनर्जी. फीमेल्स आर मोर इंट्यूटिव, राइट? मेल्स आर, सॉरी टू से दैट, बट डम. हमको नहीं पता चलता आप किसी फीमेल के साथ बात करें कि नहीं करें. हम किसी के साथ भी कर सकते हैं, पर फीमेल सेंस कर सकती है कि ये मेल के साथ बात करने का असर नहीं है. समथिंग, यू नो, इंट्यूशन. दे हैव बेटर इंट्यूशन देन मेल्स. दैट इज व्हाट आई बिलीव. सो यू नो, ये जो एक सेंस है, इंट्यूशन की, क्रिएटिविटी की, इनोवेटिवनेस की, दैट इज मोर विद फीमेल्स. एंड ऐसा कहा जा रहा है कि फ्यूचर जो है वो उस डायरेक्शन में जा रहा है. बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली हमारी एजुकेशन सिस्टम में कहीं पे भी वो चीज नहीं. एंड सर जैसे बात कर रहे थे 5.5 hours टाइम ऑन मोबाइल. सो ये मुझे लग रहा है, मैं गलत हो सकता नहीं. इफ आई एम रॉन्ग आई विल बी हैप्पी. You know, way back, it was Macaulay who gave a report on India, and he said that if India has to be crushed, there is only one way out: kill the education system. आज के हमारे education system, unfortunately, British education system से ही inspired है. कई जगह पे हमने कई जगह पे changes किए. There are changes in IITs and IIMs and General Bajaj and nursing homes and all. But हमारी आज भी बहुत सारी institute अभी भी उसी जमाने में जी रही है. उसी जमाने में. We don't know whether there is relevance or not. And कई बार मैं इसको सोचता हूँ. मैं I have been an academician. I taught for 38 years. 38 साल मैंने पढ़ाया है. So पर मुझे ऐसा बिल्कुल फील होता है कि relevance, हम जो कुछ कर रहे हैं उसका relevance, how do we look at it, right? So Macaulay say you kill the education system. इनको एक assembly line पे लेके आ जाओ. I'll give an example of assembly line. अगर आप चाहते हैं लोगों की इंटेलेक्ट खत्म हो जाए, सर सॉरी टू से, जब हम पैदा हुए थे हम बहुत इंटेलिजेंट. इंटेलिजेंस एजुकेशन का, ये मैं अपने हिसाब से कह रहा हूँ. मैंने अकाउंट्स पढ़ाया है, कॉस्टिंग पढ़ाया है, फिनेंस पढ़ाया है और टैक्स पढ़ाया है. ये बाकी के सब्जेक्ट में मेरे दिमाग में जो तुक्के आते हैं, दैट वी यूज दिस वर्ड, मैं उससे बताता हूँ. दैट जब हम छोटे थे, क्यूरियोसिटी लेवल क्या थी हमारे? Very high. Education unfortunately killed it. Right? मतलब इसी तरह से सोचने का. अच्छा, वो टीचर बोलती है मेरी मेथड से गिनने का. ये कहां से आया? मीन्स तू तो सोचना ही मत. ये कहां से आया? Right? So what was happening? हमारे क्रिएटिविटी किलर्स जो है, वन राइट आंसर, राइट? हर चीज का एक ही आंसर होना चाहिए. ये है तो यही होना चाहिए, दूसरा एग्जिस्ट नहीं कर सकता. राइट? जब आप ये इस तरह की सोच के साथ जाते हैं, टीम मेंबर, आई एम इन द सेंट्रल काउंसिल ऑफ द इंस्टीट्यूट चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स ऑफ इंडिया. हम लोग रोज झगड़ते हैं, प्यार से झगड़ते हैं, हम टेबल कल्चरली झगड़ते हैं. देयर आर नंबर ऑफ एजेंडा, वी नेवर एग्री. मतलब मेरा ही सबसे अच्छा फ्रेंड है, वो एक पॉइंट बता रहा है, आई वुड से थोड़ा अच्छी इंग्लिश में बोलते, लेकिन करते तो झगड़ा ही है. नहीं, ये नहीं होना चाहिए. राइट? बट व्हाट हैपेंस, हम उसको बहुत ग्रेसफुली एक्सेप्ट करते हैं कि दूसरे का व्यू भी सही हो सकता है. आफ्टर ऑल द डिस्कशन देयर आर वेरी गुड चांसेस कि व्यू दूसरा प्रिवेल करे, एंड वी ग्रेसफुली एक्सेप्ट. जनरली हम नहीं सीखे होते. हमने बचपन से एक ही चीज में वन राइट आंसर, इसलिए हम सिर्फ झगड़ते. That is one of the reasons we cannot create teams, or we are not very good team members. ये ज़्यादा important है. These are very, very, very important things. I am sure about it. Good B schools, they are taking care of all these aspects. I always keep on. My daughters are also chartered accountants, and मैं उनको हमेशा कहता हूँ, मेरी नहीं सुन रही, मुझे अफसोस है कि आफ्टर CA तुझे MBA तो करना ही है और टॉप 10 में से ही करना है. ये नहीं किया तो तूने कुछ नहीं किया. Always keep on telling, but then it's okay. बाकी के बच्चे सुनते हैं. So you know, too logical and blind rules following. अच्छा, एक क्वेश्चन मुझे खड़ा होता है. एक क्वेश्चन, मैं किसी एक फैमिली में पैदा हुआ, वहां एक प्रकार की प्रेयर्स बचपन से होती थी, मैंने भी रट्टा मान ली. अगर मान लो मेरे दादा शुरू करते थे सुबह सुबह रोज ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुः, तो मैंने भी उसको रोज रोज रिपीट करके रट्टा मार दिया. Does it make me anyway religious? That's a question. Do I actually understand spirituality? That's a question. Yeah, मेरे दादा रोज सुबह सुबह नमो अरिहंतम नमो सिद्धार्थ नमो अनंतम, मैंने वो रट्टा मार दिया. या एक ओमकार सतनाम कर्ता पूरक, ये तो मैंने वो रट्टा मार दिया. Because I keep on repeating that ना. जो हो रहा है, मैं तो सिर्फ उसको रिपीट कर रहा हूँ. Where is my thought process? Similarly, जब मैं असेंबली लाइन एजुकेशन की बात कर रहा हूँ, जो मैक्यूले के आने के बाद धीरे हमने असेंबली. आज what happens, say you have mathematics or statistics as your subject, रिसर्च स्कॉलर मतलब स्टेटिस्टिक्स जरूर है, राइट? यू हैव अ फॉर्मूला, कार्ल पियर्सन फॉर्मूला, आप उसके ऊपर 100 सम्स गिन डालते हो, राइट? 100 में से 100 मार्क लेके आते हो. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड द इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ दैट? कभी ये सोच के देखा है फॉर्मूला कहां से आई? सो व्हाट इज द पॉइंट? देयर इज ओनली असेंबली एजुकेशन, गेटिंग मार्क्स, नथिंग मोर देन दैट. नो एक्चुअल एडिशन इन टर्म्स ऑफ नॉलेज, ओनली गेटिंग मार्क्स. व्हाई आई एम टेलिंग दिस? सर ने जब जेनजिस की बात करी, ये मेरा पर्सनली मानना है, वन सेकंड, पर्सनली मानना है. मैं जब अपनी एज के लोगों के साथ बात करता हूँ तो मेरे बहुत सारे फ्रेंड्स जेनजिस को बहुत गालियां देते हैं. दे आर यूजलेस, दे आर लाइक दिस, आजकल के बच्चे ऐसे हैं वैसे हैं. एंड मेरा मानना उनके साथ नहीं है. अगर आजकल के बच्चे ऐसे हैं तो सबसे पहले ये हमारा फेलियर है. एवरी जनरेशन, एंड मोर पर्टिकुलरली जो एकेडमिक से बिलोंग करते हैं उन सबके लिए, every generation must ensure that the next generation is more happier, more healthier, more creative, more wiser than them. And if that does not happen, then we are failing. So, you know, when we go as speakers, I'm sure जैसे बाकी के जब speakers अलग अलग जगह से आए, they have not come for any economic benefit. कोई भी नहीं आया उसके. इन सबको अच्छा लगता है कि चलो हमने कुछ सीखा है, कुछ सीखा है, तो शायद शेयर करें और हमसे जो यंग है वो शायद उसमें से कुछ बेनिफिट ले. आई थिंक दैट इज द ओनली पर्पस, नो अदर पर्पस. व्हाई शुड सर कम फ्रॉम मुंबई अननेसेसरी? बहुत मुश्किल है ट्रेन पकड़ के आना जाना, वेरी डिफिकल्ट टास्क, राइट? सो द थिंग इज, हम ये सोचते हैं कि व्हाट दिस यंगस्टर्स, दिस जेनजीज, अब जेनजीज अल्फा जो भी बोलो है तो हम ही वैसे, हम ही हैं. एज का डिफरेंस और तो कुछ नहीं. सो यू नो व्हाट इज समथिंग जो उनको सही दिशा में लेके जाए. व्हाई आई एम टॉकिंग टू यू दिस इज, नाउ हमारा फोकस जो है वो बुकिश एजुकेशन में बहुत है. और जो मैं स्टेटमेंट बताना चाहता था, दैट वाज मेड बाय कन्फ्यूशियस, द चाइनीज, ग्रेट चाइनीज थिंकर. ही मेड अ वेरी ब्यूटीफुल स्टेटमेंट, अ वेरी ब्यूटीफुल स्टेटमेंट. ये स्टेटमेंट मुझे बहुत ही पसंद है. एंड द स्टेटमेंट वाज, I never let my schooling interfere with education. I never let my schooling interfere with education. Right? अब मैं उसके बहुत डिटेल में तो नहीं जा रहा हूँ, but the fact is, you will get something from your school, from your college, from your university, whatever. But education जो है वो बहुत broader चीज है. ये हमारे ऊपर है कि हम क्या लेना चाहते हैं. Right? हम लेना चाहते हैं, हमारे ऊपर सेम डिग्री होगी सबके पास और सोचने का तरीका अलग होगा. So it's very important statement. So मैंने जो देखा, I go as a speaker on a regular basis, and what I see, mostly I go with chartered accountants. तो मैंने जनरली ये देखा है, एक बार डिग्री आ जाने के बाद सबको लगता है मैं बहुत पढ़ा लिखा. Somehow मैं ये एग्री करने के लिए तैयार नहीं. वो डिग्री का मतलब सिर्फ इतना था कि एक दिन आपने क्रिकेट खेला था, 1983 का वर्ल्ड कप जीत के आए, उस मैच में जीते थे, स्कोर कर लिया था, you passed. That does not necessarily mean you will win in all the matches. That's only one thing. A piece of paper, nothing more than that. Continuously, curiosity, continuous observation, creativity ये सबको imbibe करना, यही education मुझे लगता है. And education is not about books or only mark sheet. It's more about life. It's more about life. अगर आपके चेहरे पे चमक ना आए, हंसी नहीं आए, तो मैं उसको education मानने के से इनकार करता हूँ. मैं कह रहा हूँ ये मेरा सोच है सर. This is only my thought. So, मैंने जब ये टॉपिक मैडम ने मुझे भेजा, इमर्जिंग दिस कॉमर्स एंड अकाउंटेंसी, आई वुड हैव टेकन ऑन IFRS इजीली. आई एम श्योर IFRS के बारे में बोलता आप में से किसी ने कुछ सुना नहीं होगा उसके डिटेल में. वी आर इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ फॉर्मुलेशन ऑफ दिस IFRS, तो नीचे इसकी टेक्निकल डिटेल हमको पता होती है. बट मुझे लगा नहीं कि उससे आपको कोई फायदा होगा. सो आई सेड टॉपिक का नाम कुछ भी हो, 2-3 बार करके जाते. क्यों मैं ये कह रहा हूँ, आप बीकॉम हो गए या एमकॉम हो गए या MBA हो गए या PhD हो गए, रिसर्च स्कॉलर मतलब आई थिंक PhD एज आई अंडरस्टैंड. और थियोरेटिकली ऐसा कहा जाता है दे आर द मोस्ट लर्नेड पीपल. मैं वापस ऑडियंस कर रहा हूँ, थियोरेटिकली. अगर ऐसा होता तो सूरत के 100 के 100 सबसे रईस लोग PhD होते. जब तक नहीं हो तब तक मानने की जरूरत नहीं. तो सेम थिंग आई टेल टू चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट. जब शहर के सबसे 100 रईस लोग CA हो तभी मानना तुम इंटेलिजेंट, अदरवाइज ऐसा मानने की जरूरत नहीं. ये क्यों कह रहा हूँ, मैं ये क्यों कह रहा हूँ, एक बार हमने पढ़ लिया तो हमने ऐसा मान लिया कि सब कुछ आता है, मतलब हम कुछ नई चीज एक्सेप्ट, किसी का व्यू एक्सेप्ट करने के लिए रेडी नहीं, हम रिजिड बन जाते हैं। ऑन द कॉन्ट्री मुझे लगता है कई बार नहीं पढ़ा होता ना तो मोर फ्लेक्सिबल होते हैं। Yesterday, one of my very good friends, who is a council colleague from Kolkata, he was also there as a speaker, और एक तरह से उसने यहाँ पे बहुत सारे सीए को धोया है। बोले, मुझे पहले ही बोला धोऊंगा चलेगा, बोला कर बिल्कुल कर, मेरी अपनी सिटी है, मैं थोड़ा थोड़ा कम कर सकता हूँ ये चीज, पर कर। राइट, वी डोंट वांट पीपल टू बी कॉम्प्लेसेंट, वी डोंट वांट पीपल टू बी कॉम्प्लेसेंट। व्हाई? चलिए आप पीएचडी बन गए, देन व्हाट? ये एक एग्जांपल देखते हैं, वो राइट हैंड साइड वाला देखते हैं, सूरत की हर घर में था बजाज, कहाँ है? गायब। इसके ऊपर मेरा एक टॉपिक था which I took at many places, and very fortunately in one particular conference I got an opportunity. The first speaker was the President of India, Pranab Mukherjee, and I was the second speaker. एक ही सेशन में हम दोनों थे। My topic was innovator evaporate. So वहां पे मैं बात करता था कि आप कितने जायंट है, आप कितने लर्नेड है, आप कितने एजुकेटेड है। मैं, हमारा प्रॉब्लम क्या पता है लर्नेड लोगों का? आई मैं 90% आया, मैं सीए हूँ, मैं फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट हूँ, मैं ये किया। दुनिया को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, गायब हो जाओ 2 साल के लिए, किसी को कोई पड़ी नहीं, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। तो ये मैं जो है ना, उसको थोड़ा हटाने की जरूरत है। यकीन मानिए लाइफ बहुत ब्यूटीफुल है, आपकी और आपकी वजह से दूसरों की। सर कोडाक वाज अ जायंट, आपने तो जमाना नहीं देखा। फोटोग्राफी इज वन ऑफ माय हॉबीज, मैं रेगुलर फोटोग्राफर, आई एम एक्चुअली ए प्रोफेशनल फोटोग्राफर, तो डीएसएलआर लेके घूमता हूँ। पुराने जमाने में कोनिका कोडाक के बिना तो काम ही नहीं चलता था। कहाँ गए? गायब। बजाज गायब। सर ने बात की इंस्टाग्राम एंड फेसबुक, सबसे पहला तो ऑर्कुट आया था उस टाइम पे, कहाँ गया हो? गायब। मैं भी एक क्वेश्चन पूछ सकता हूँ, मुझे पता है कोई भी हाथ ऊपर नहीं करेगा, 2 ही जन करेंगे। किसने और कुछ शुरू किया तो शायद शुरू हो गया। सो द पॉइंट इज, जस्ट बिकॉज मैंने बीबीए कर लिया, मैंने बीकॉम कर लिया, मैंने एमबीए कर लिया, मैंने पीएचडी कर लिया, मैं बहुत बड़ा बन गया, ऐसा नहीं होता। ये भी गायब हो जाते हैं इतने से बड़े, आप और मैं आराम से गायब हो सकते। तो सही एटीट्यूड। इसलिए मैं कोई बहुत ज्यादा टेक्निकल स्किल्स में नहीं जा रहा हूँ। एज आई सेड, आई वाज हैंडलिंग द प्रोफेशनल स्किल्स कमिटी, मैं स्किल वाइज जाता। बट जब मैं यहाँ पे आया तो मैंने ज्यादा यंग लोग देखे, सो आई इमीडिएटली चेंज माय गियर्स। आई सेड नथिंग जार्गन लैंग्वेज, लेट मी टॉक। सूरत वाले थोड़ी लैंग्वेज में चलने देते। See, definitely city to city. When I go in south, no other option. I have to continuously go with English only. North में English जरा भी यूज नहीं करते, वो हिंदी चल रहा होता है। तो थोड़ा बैलेंस कर करके अलग अलग सिटी वाइज। A few days back, I was in Muscat with one of the, आप वही जेंजीज वाली बात है, तो you might have read about the book that the coffee can investing by that Mukherjee, Saurabh Mukherjee. He was my co-speaker there, and he speaks on finance very well. So तब हम बात कर रहे थे, एंड एक तरफ क्या हो रहा है पता है, इंडिया की जबरदस्त ग्रोथ स्टोरी, एक तरफ इंडिया की जबरदस्त ग्रोथ स्टोरी है, बराबर। अच्छा, उसका रीजन सिर्फ वी डोंट हैव टू बी प्राउड अबाउट इट, वी आर ग्रोइंग एट दिस परसेंटेज, यूएस इज ग्रोइंग। नेचर है कि अगर आप यहाँ पे, चाइना यहाँ पे, और अगर यूएस यहाँ पे, तो परसेंटेज ग्रोथ इसका ही हो सकता है। बट वॉट एवर द फैक्ट, ग्रोथ है, ये तो ग्रोथ स्टोरी। बट सबसे बड़ी चैलेंज क्या पता है? फॉरगेट व्हाटएवर आई एम गोइंग टू स्पीक अबाउट इट, मैं आपकी बात कर रहा हूँ, मैं आपकी बात कर रहा हूँ, मेरी भाषा में कर रहा हूँ। इंडिया की सबसे बड़ी स्ट्रेंथ आप लोगों के हिसाब से क्या है? टेल मी। यंगस्टर्स, डेमोग्राफिक्स, राइट? वी टॉक अबाउट डेमोग्राफिक डिविडेंड। बट एक इंटरेस्टिंग चीज ये है, अगर यही यूथ सही स्किल्ड हो, एटीट्यूड सही हो, तो कहाँ ले जाएगा इंडिया को? दे कैन बी द एसेट। और अगर ना हो और 5.5 घंटे का 11 घंटा हो गया, तो दे आर गोइंग टू बी अ लायबिलिटी। सॉरी, जेनजीज एक क्रिमिनल इंडिया भी बना सकते। देयर आर मेनी रिपोर्ट्स व्हिच सेज दैट इंडिया इज गोइंग टू बी द कंट्री ऑफ क्रिमिनल्स। वेरी अनफॉर्चुनेट, ये ना हो, यही हम लोगों की ड्यूटी है, आपसे बात करनी। 2 अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड कम बताएंगे तो चलेगा। बट द थिंग इज, देयर इज नथिंग लाइक जेनजीज कुछ नहीं होता। हर जनरेशन को लगता है कि हम ही सबसे इंटेलिजेंट हैं, उसके बाद जनरेशन भी आती है, उसके बाद भी आती है, 100 years back, 1000 years back, and 10,000 years back also, there was a young generation. So please understand one thing. आप एक समझे कि जब नेगेटिव वे हमारी पड़ोसी कंट्रीज के अंदर क्या हो रहा है, पॉलिटिकल इंस्टेबिलिटी कहां से आई, यू कैन इमेजिन द सेम थिंग हैपन एनीवेयर, सेम थिंग कैन हैपन. आज अगर हमारा जेंजीज वाइज नहीं है, अगर वो ओरिजिनल सोच नहीं डेवलप कर सकता, राइट. I tell you, in one of the AI conference, fortunately, I am handling one of the committees, AI committee of ICI, and I have world-class speakers in that. We are having certificate courses on AI level 1, level 2, level 3, agentic AI and generative AI like that. So one speaker was so good and he said, कि बॉस आप मानो कि नहीं मानो, जो 5.5-6 घंटे मोबाइल यूज कर रहे हैं, आने वाले सालों में आपका मोबाइल जो है ना, मतलब दे होगा एल्गोरिथम्स, वो अल्गोरिथम इस साइड रन करेंगे तो राइटी गवर्नमेंट आ जाएगी, अल्गोरिथम इस साइड रन करेंगे तो लेफ्टी गवर्नमेंट आ जाएगी. सर अचानक आई डोंट वांट टू मेक पॉलिटिकल सेक्टर, अचानक कोई एक जन बोलता है और एकदम एक सीजेपी खड़ी हो जाती अचानक, फॉर नो रीजन. व्हाट इज द विजन? नो विजन, बस आई एम जेनजी. सो दीज आर सम क्वेश्चंस और ये आप लोगों के लिए है, राइट. फ्यूचर का वर्ल्ड, फ्यूचर का इंडिया आपका है, हम नहीं होंगे. Whether it can be better, तो आपको डिसाइड करना है. सर अब जब बार बार कुछ न्यूज मीडिया कंज्यूम करते रहते हो, व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, आपके माइंड पे उसकी इंप्लीकेशन होती है. आप एक काम करो, आप इंस्टाग्राम पे रेगुलर बेसिस पे ड्रिंक के ऊपर कुछ अच्छे कमेंट्स और ये सब देखते जाओ, 10 देखो, फीड में वही आता रहेगा, यही आता रहेगा. अल्टीमेटली यू फील कि लाइफ में अगर कुछ करने जैसा वर्थ है तो रोज शाम को फ्रेंड्स के साथ ड्रिंक कर, क्योंकि आपने उसको रोज देखा, रोज देखा. डू यू गेट माय पॉइंट? सो आप एक इतने बड़े सीरियस, जनरली यू मे नॉट लाइक, बट जनरली मैं अक्रॉस द कंट्री ट्रैवल करता हूँ और यंगस्टर्स से बहुत रेगुलर, मैं सीए स्टूडेंट से ज़्यादा इंटरेक्ट करता हूँ. सो आई रिक्वेस्ट देम, मेरे सेशंस नॉर्मली होते हैं, बड़े सेशंस होते हैं, थोड़ा सुनने के बाद मैं उनको एक रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ, कई लोग एक्सेप्ट करते हैं. लास्ट टाइम आई वाज इन गुवाहाटी and 50 students immediately did that out of course 400. I say I don't have any problem, आप Instagram, Facebook, दुनिया भर का सब कुछ करो, but you know what is happening, आपने इसमें रखा हुआ है every few seconds अचानक Instagram का एक बीप होगा और आप इसमें देख रहे हैं, उसके 10 सेकंड के बाद मे बी आपका WhatsApp ब्लिंक कर रहा है, मे बी आफ्टर सम 15-20 सेकंड्स Facebook पे कुछ आ रहा है, मे बी उसके बाद Snapchat पे आ रहा है, राइट. Can you imagine what is going to happen? बार आपका दिमाग जब इसमें जाएगा, and हर कंटेंट अलग है, it will make you a garbage box where anybody is spitting on you, any nonsense they are spitting on you, जिसका कोई रिलेवेंस नहीं. आपको एक मजे की बात बताऊं, इंडिया के पुराने जितने भी सेजिस हैं, आई एम नॉट ऑन एनी पर्टिकुलर रिलीजन, उनकी मुद्रा कैसी थी बैठने, लाइक दिस, एकदम. व्हाट डिड इट शो कि जब आप बहुत लंबे टाइम तक एट ईज होते हैं, आप उसको फोकस कहिए, कंसंट्रेशन कहिए, मेडिटेशन के, आपको जो वर्ड समझ में आए, तब आपकी इफेक्टिवनेस बहुत बढ़ती है, राइट. और आप बहुत समझदार होते, कुछ चीजें खुद ब खुद आप एब्जॉर्ब कर सकते हैं. यस और नो? आप बुद्ध को देखिए, महावीर को देखो, किसको भी देखो, सब इसी एक लॉन्ग टर्म मेडिटेशन का कंसेप्ट, बराबर. तो जितना ज्यादा आपका फोकस बढ़ेगा, व्हाट विल हैपन, गुड और बैड इन योर लाइफ, जितना कम होगा वो क्या होगा, कम कौन कर रहा है, आपके हैबिट्स, एवरी फ्यू सेकंड्स बिग. तो मैं ये कहता हूँ, बाबा वाणी तो मैं कर नहीं सकता, मैं ये कहता हूँ, अगर आपके घर पे कंप्यूटर हो, शिफ्ट इट देयर. मेरे पास भी एक इंस्टाग्राम है, 4 साल से नहीं यूज किया है, अलग बात है, एंड माय डॉटर से दैट यू डोंट एग्जिस्ट. अकॉर्डिंग टू माय डॉटर आई एम एन ऑब्सोलीट पर्सन. वो बोल सकती है, डॉटर्स फादर को बोल सकती है, फादर सुन भी लेता है. तो द थिंग इज, मैं सिर्फ ये है कि भाई कंप्यूटर पे डाल दिया, स्टाफ के कंप्यूटर पे, इससे क्या होगा, ज्यादा से ज्यादा 2-3 महीने में अगर एक बार मैं उसकी चैम्बर में जाऊंगा स्टाफ की, और बाई चांस देख लिया तो ठीक है. एटलीस्ट एवरी नाउ एंड देन बीपिंग नहीं हो रहा है. सर ये एवरी नाउ एंड बीपिंग के बाद अगर आपको लग रहा है कि आप अपनी सोच से जी रहे हो, तो आप अपनी सोच से नहीं जी रहे. आई विल गिव एन एग्जांपल. ये बार बार जो आप देखते हो ना, आप उसको रियलिटी मान लेते हो. मैं 2-3 एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ। सूरत में सुबह सुबह आदमी का क्या दिमाग चलता है? चाय का। शायद चेन्नई हो तो फिल्टर कॉफी चलता। कोई एक सही या कोई एक गलत है? अगर मैं टेकन बर्थ इन चेन्नई, अगर मेरे आसपास सब फिल्टर कॉफी वाले तो मैं क्या करता? फिल्टर कॉफी करता। अगर मैं इटाली में पैदा होता और रोज सब के सब वाइन लेके बैठे होते तो मैं क्या सोचता? मैं सूरत वाला हूँ, राइट? मैं सूरत वाला हूँ तो क्या सोचूंगा? लोचा, चाय। आप देखो, जो हम देखते हैं वही तो हमारे दिमाग में आता है। हैव यू ऑब्जर्व, थोड़े टाइम पहले हाई ड्यूड हाई ड्यूड हाई ड्यूड, तो आपने सब ड्यूड ड्यूड करना स्टार्ट कर दिया। अभी हाई ब्रो, राइट? तो दो लड़कियां भी एक दूसरे को हाई ब्रो कर रही है। डू यू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से? आप क्या कंज्यूम कर रहे हो? आप क्या कंज्यूम कर रहे हो और उसकी इंपैक्ट क्या है आपको खुद को पता ही नहीं। सर, इंटरेस्टिंगली, आई होप आई एम रॉन्ग, बट वन वेरी लर्नेड पर्सन फ्रॉम यूएस, he told me, और मुझे ये सेकंड मैक्यूलर लग रहा है कि यूएस इज हैविंग सम मिस्चिफ। वहां के इंस्टाग्राम में उनकी फीड में सही वाले इनोवेटिव, क्रिएटिव, प्रोडक्टिविटी के वीडियो आते हैं। हमारे यहाँ जो वीडियो आते हैं उसमें कोई एक बेवकूफ नाच रही होती है, सॉरी, फालतू नाच रही होती है। एक आध कोई नया गाना आया होता है धुरंधर का, तो कुछ 3-4 सेम कॉपी मार के वो कर रहे हो, तो आई एम नॉट अपोज टू इट, बिल्कुल करो, मैं भी करता हूँ। बट उसकी वो क्लिप रख के क्या प्रूव करना चाहते मेरे समझ में नहीं आता, राइट? नाउ व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, हमारे यहाँ पे कंटिन्यूस यार, कंटिन्यूस। मेरे घर पे प्रॉब्लम है मेरी मदर के साथ, डॉटर को छोड़ दो, इंस्टाग्राम ने उनको बहुत इंपैक्ट कर दिया है। वो सास भी कहोगी बहुत ही टाइप के, उसने इतने इंस्टाग्राम देख लिया, उसको हर एक के ऊपर डाउट है, मेरे ऊपर भी। सर, ये आपको हंसी आ रही है, दीस आर सम वेरी सीरियस इश्यूज। आई जस्ट थॉट अबाउट इट। कौन बैठा है, मैंने आपको देखा, आपकी एज देखी, मुझे लगा सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट तो आपके लिए यही सब है। सो प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, आप क्या कंज्यूम करते हो। इन कंप्यूटर देयर इज अ कंसेप्ट कॉल्ड गीगो, गार्बेज इन गार्बेज आउट। अगर मेरे दिमाग में रोज गार्बेज जाएगा, मेरी लाइफ गार्बेज ही बनने वाली है। सो प्लीज सी टू इट। तो एक तरफ इंडिया यहाँ तक जा रहा है। फॉर्चुनेटली इन आवर लास्ट प्रोग्राम अदानी जी वॉज अ स्पीकर, एंड गौतम अदानी जी ने बहुत ब्यूटीफुल चीज कही कि देयर वाज एट एनी पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, of course we are not going to the ancient times, but in the last maybe 1,000 years, if there was one particular time you had to take birth in India, or you had to be into India, or you had to be connected with India, this is the time. That is what he said. तो आप बहुत सही टाइम पे पैदा हुए, आप घर जाके अपने पेरेंट्स के पैर छू सकते, बोलने का नॉट आउट ऑफ स्पिरिचुअल अदर रीजन, बट आपने सही टाइम पे पैदा किया, तो यू आर एट द राइट टाइम। इसका मतलब इतनी ब्यूटीफुल अपॉर्चुनिटीज है, इतनी ब्यूटीफुल अपॉर्चुनिटीज है, बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली सर ने जैसे कहा किचन गाय। लास्ट 2 months बैक आई वाज इन मुंबई and I was talking to some of the Inuits and Rits and all those people, and they said, sir, they are confused. हम घर बनाए कि नहीं बनाए, ये जेंजी घर खरीदेंगे कि नहीं खरीदेंगे। मतलब राहेजा में से अगर कोई ये कह रहा है, हीरानंदानी में से कोई कह रहा है, क्या मैं समझ ही नहीं आ रहा क्या बनाया भाई। किचन तो ऑफकोर्स जैसे सर ने कहा, किचन तो गायब होंगे, राइट? दिस इज व्हाट द थिंग्स आर चेंजिंग। एनीवे, वंस अगेन वो एजुकेशन पे याद है, बिकॉज सी हमारे दिमाग में क्या पता है, एक डिग्री लूंगा, एक जॉब लूंगा, थोड़ा बोरिंग कंसेप्ट, राइट? दैट शुड नॉट बी द पर्पस। आप वो काम करिए जो आप बहुत ही पैशनेटली कर रहे हैं, बाबावाड़ी नहीं है। इट्स अबाउट योर लाइफ, इट्स अबाउट योर लाइफ। मैं सच में चाहता हूँ, मैं हर जगह पे ऐसा कहता हूँ, मैं सच में चाहता हूँ हर कॉलेजेस में ऐसा हो कि लोग अटेंडेंस के लिए नहीं आए, प्रोफेसर को सुनने के लिए आए। Very fortunately, I studied in Ahmedabad also. For some few months, I am in Bangalore also, and some of the colleges, SD, Bocconi or other colleges. And literally ऐसा था कि कभी लेक्चर मिस नहीं किया, कभी मिस नहीं किया, मजा आ रहा था, अटेंडेंस की बात ही नहीं थी। सीए बन गया था, मैं तो ऐसे ही एडिशनली कर रहा था, अभी भी करना चाहता हूँ, काउंसिल छूटेगी तो मैं डेफिनेटली कहीं ना कहीं कुछ तो ज्वाइन कर ही लूंगा, राइट? तो मैं अटेंडेंस के लिए आप आए, ये तो मजा नहीं आता। उस नॉलेज अगर वो पास हो रहा है, सो आपकी खुद की लाइफ की बात चल रही है। सो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, द वे वी आर टेकिंग आवर एजुकेशन, अनफॉर्चुनेटली हमारे एजुकेशन जो है वो टेक्निकल स्किल्स के ऊपर इतना फोकस करता है, कंसेप्चुअल मैनेजमेंट स्किल्स और क्रिएटिविटी पे हम नहीं काम करते, तो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग? आप रेस्टोरेंट खोलना चाहते हैं, शुड यू नो कुकिंग? कुकिंग जानना जरूरी है क्या रेस्टोरेंट खोलने के लिए, हाँ या ना? नॉट नेसेसरी. इफ यू नो इट इज गुड, इट्स ऑलवेज गुड. ऐसा हो सकता है कि एक आप कुक थे, आपने धीरे धीरे उससे स्टार्ट किया और फिर करते करते ग्रो करते गए, बट अदरवाइज रेस्टोरेंट के लिए कुकिंग इज नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट, राइट? मैं कुक को डिमीन नहीं कर रहा हूं, हर प्रोफेशन अपनी जगह पे इंपॉर्टेंट है. कंस्ट्रक्शन करने के लिए आपको इंजीनियर बनने की जरूरत है क्या बिल्डर बनने के लिए? आपको कैसे दीवार बनती है जानना जरूरी है क्या? तो यहाँ पे दूसरी चीज समझे हमारे एजुकेशन के साथ जुड़ी है. और जब मैं कहता हूँ हमारे एजुकेशन, आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट इंस्टीट्यूशंस, आई एम नॉट अबाउट प्रोफेसर्स, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट आवरसेल्व्स. कौन हमारे लिए क्या कर रहा है उसको साइड पे रखते हैं, हम खुद के लिए क्या कर रहे हैं. अच्छा, बड़ी बाबा ने नहीं कहना दूसरों के लिए क्या करें, दूसरों की बात बाद में. हम पहले खुद के लिए क्या कर रहे हैं, दैट इज अ बिग क्वेश्चन. क्या मैं अपने आप को एजुकेट कर पा रहा हूँ? दैट्स अ बिग क्वेश्चन. सो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, अनफॉर्चुनेटली हमारी जो सिस्टम्स है, वी आर मोर फोकस्ड ऑन हाउ टू डू समथिंग, प्रोसीजर्स, देन व्हाई समथिंग इज डूइंग दैट. हाउ, राइट? एक फॉर्मूला है, उसके ऊपर हम सम्स गिन रहे हैं और पास हो रहे हैं. हमने कभी उस फॉर्मूला की ब्यूटी को समझा ही नहीं. मैं सही कह रहा हूं गलत कह रहा हूं? वी नेवर ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड, राइट? मैं एज आई सेड, आई टॉट फॉर 38 इयर्स और मैं कॉन्फिडेंस से खड़ा होता हूँ. 800 लोगों का मेरा बैच होता था और सूरत में बहुत से लोग जानते हैं, आप उनसे पूछ सकते हैं. मैं हमेशा से कहता था मैंने नर्सरी से जो पढ़ा है उसमें से कुछ भी पूछ सकते हो, मैं इमीडिएट आंसर दूंगा. मुझे किसी बुक की जरूरत नहीं है. द रीजन इज आई वेरी पैशनेटली डिड इट. अकाउंट्स में पैसे कमाने के लिए नहीं सीखा था, कमाए बहुत कमाए. अकाउंट्स डिग्री के लिए नहीं सीखा था, अकाउंट्स इसलिए सीखा था उसके साथ रोमांस था. आपसे एक क्वेश्चन है, क्या आपको रिसर्च के साथ सच में रोमांस है? दैट्स अ क्वेश्चन. क्या जॉब चाहिए? यहाँ फर्क है. आर्टिफिशियल फ्लावर और फ्लावर विद फ्रेग्रेंस, बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन है, बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन. और हमें ही अपने आप को आंसर देना है. If I am doing something only for the sake of a job or some money, what is my life? Passion कहाँ है लाइफ में? मजा कहाँ है वो लाइफ में? These are certain questions. तो मैंने जस्ट सोचा कि 2-3 ऐसे क्वेश्चंस आपके सामने रखे जाए. आई थिंक मेरा टाइम ही खत्म हो गया है. सो वैसे तो मैंने बहुत सारी स्लाइड्स बनाई थी और मुझे लगा था स्टूडेंट्स होंगे उसके हिसाब से इसको रन करता, बट क्रिएटिविटी बात करें, वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. इफ यू आस्क एक पढ़े लिखे आदमी से पूछे, इवन एक चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट से पूछे, आई वांट टू इंक्रीज सेल, कैसे करो? तो वो इकोनॉमिक्स लेके आता है, डिक्रीज द प्राइस एंड सेल विल इंक्रीज. वो थियोरेटिकल आंसर्स. बट ये लास्ट स्लाइड पे खत्म करता हूँ, स्लाइड तो बहुत सारी है. सो क्रिएटिविटी या इनोवेशन, आई एम श्योर मेरी एज के, वैसे मेरी एज आपसे बहुत ज्यादा नहीं है, बट अभिलाषा मैडम की बात करें, अगर आप कभी पुराने थिएटर्स में गए हो, तो पॉपकॉर्न वो समझे 50 पैसा. और मैं अपने दादा के जमाने की बात नहीं करूँ, इसी जमाने की बात करूँ. 50 पैसा और 1 रुपया, बराबर. जब आप 1 रुपये से उसको 100 रुपये पे लाना चाहते हो, व्हाट विल यू डू? एंड जस्ट लुक एट इट, चेंज इन कवर, उसके पैकिंग में फेयर आ गया और साइकोलॉजिकली से डिफरेंट प्रोडक्ट. कहाँ वो प्लास्टिक में आया करती थी, उसकी जगह पे कागज में आने लगी, और जब बकेट में आने लगी तो और बढ़ गया. हम जनरली इस डायरेक्शन में कोई सोचते नहीं है. आई एम श्योर मैनेजमेंट पीपल कैन टॉक अबाउट ऑल दिस थिंग्स मच 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 बेटर देन व्हाट आई कैन, बट मैं तो सिर्फ हिंट देना चाहता हूँ. ऑब्जर्वेशन, राइट? ऑब्जर्वेशन, क्या हम ऑब्जर्व कर पा रहे हैं, राइट? हमारे जो भाई साहब है, कौन है यहाँ पे? हाँ. सो ही केम सेकेंड टाइम इन डिफरेंट अवतार. Of course, he is a very good actor without any doubt, but the thing is, जो नए अवतार में आए ना, पूरी अलग कंसेप्ट के साथ, उस जमाने में तो लोग ऐसे नहीं थे, राइट? जैसे आए, इट गिव अ डिफरेंट कंसेप्ट. वंस अगेन सेकंड इनिंग बहुत अच्छी तरह से वर्कआउट, इट इज वेरी डिफरेंट थिंग. आप ये राइट साइड पे हम देखते हैं, दैट इज आईपॉड. आपने देखा वो म्यूजिक के लिए पहले आया करता था. Steve Jobs was not that temporarily in that company, and when he came back, sales were going down. और उसने सिर्फ क्या किया पता? नॉर्मली बाकी के जो आईपॉड्स या जो भी आते होंगे, तो उसमें साउंड करने के लिए ऊपर बटन है, कम करने के लिए नीचे बटन है, राइट, ट्रैक चेंज करने के लिए ये बटन है, ही ऑलरेडी डिड दिस। और साइकोलॉजिकल अगर आपको और मुझे कहा जाए इससे क्या फर्क पड़ता है, बट बॉस यहाँ पे फर्क आता है, ही कुड अंडरस्टैंड द साइकोलॉजी ऑफ पीपल, एक अलग तरह से उस चीज को प्रेजेंट किया, चीज वही है, प्रेजेंट करने का तरीका अलग है। सर T20 की चीज तो वही है, रणजी ट्रॉफी है, और रणजी ट्रॉफी देखने कितने लोग गए, T-Trophy is only Ranji Trophy in a different way, presentation with a better presentation, right? So ये creativity हम कभी इसके ऊपर सोचते नहीं, I always keep on talking, चलो इसके ऊपर खत्म कर देते हैं, मेरा एक फेवरेट किताब है। By the way, there is a book written on Rajnikant, 50 dialogues of Rajnikant and management lessons coming out of it. तमिल में, आप तो सर आपको समझ सकते हैं, मैं तमिल में डायलॉग ऐसे ही सिर्फ पढ़ लिया किसी तरह से, and I went to the lessons of that. You know, this is a very interesting example. And यहाँ पे बात आती है differentiation. Once again, management will tell you in a better way. But एक important चीज़ है difference. यहाँ तो सबसे अच्छा पूछा जाता है, सब लड़कियाँ हैं इसकी। Tell me कृष्णा, easy वो ये शाहरुख खान की तरह रोमांस कर सकता है कैसा टेढ़ा होके? Not romantic. अच्छा बॉलीवुड में तो रोमांस चाहिए, बट ये तो चला, क्या ये अमिताभ की तरह डायलॉग कर सकता है क्या? जाओ पहले इस आदमी से सही नहीं, पर ये तो चला, ये तो बिल्कुल चला। गोविंदा जैसी कर सकता है क्या एक्टिंग, कॉमेडी वॉमेडी? और ये तो चला। ऋतिक जैसा डांसिंग कर सकता है क्या? सलमान जैसी बॉडी है क्या? ही डिफरेंशिएटेड हिमसेल्फ। ही न्यू वेरी वेल कि मैं अगर इनके जैसा कुछ भी बनने की कोशिश करूंगा, कई एक्टर्स के बच्चे उनके पेरेंट्स को थोड़ा इमिटेट करने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, जिन्होंने वो कोशिश की उनको सक्सेस नहीं मिली। ही डिफरेंशिएटेड, राइट? तो क्रिएटिविटी, डिफरेंशिएशन, थोड़ा सा टॉपिक मुझे लगता है कई बार हमें ये सब डिस्कस करना चाहिए। श्योर 20 स्कूल में होता है, मैं बहुत सारी 20 स्कूल में जहां मौका मिलता है मैं जाता हूँ और उनको सुनता हूँ। एवरी टाइम आई गो आई गेट समथिंग न्यू टू लर्न, और मजा आता है। उससे क्या फायदा होगा वो बात की बात है, बहुत मजा आता है, फायदा तो होता ही होता है। आज भी मैंने सर को सुना, मुझे तो बहुत मजा आया, मुझे तो काफी मजा आया। एंड आई हैव टोल्ड कि मेरा प्रोग्राम है लेकिन सर का स्टार्ट होगा, आई विल बी देयर। मुझे कहा गया था कि ही इज द फर्स्ट स्पीकर, देन मुझे प्रोफाइल पता था, आई सेड आई विल बी देयर। मेरा प्रोग्राम पैरेलली चल रहा है अभी, राइट? सो एनीवे, थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर बीइंग सच अ वंडरफुल ऑडियंस, एंड थैंक्स टू वनिता विश्राम टीम। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you, sir, for such an enlightening and highly practical session. Your insights will undoubtedly serve as a compass as we navigate and chart our future growth. With this, I would like to announce a 5 minutes comfort break. By then, we will be setting up the stage for our next presentation.
बंद कर दो, स्टॉप नहीं। हाँ बोलो। મેઇન એડમિનમાં આવ્યો ને ત્યાં એને કહો ત્યાં મૂકી રાખે રજિસ્ટ્રેશન ડેસ્કમાં લઈ લો। हाँ 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 ऐसा है तो पार्टिसिपेंट्स को भी बुला ले, है ना, अपने साथ में उनका पार्टिसिपेंट्स को भी बुला ले लेते। बेटा अभी यूट्यूब का स्ट्रीमिंग कर दिया है, थोड़ा टाइम भी बंद करने का जब तक कुछ चल रहा है। हाँ हाँ हाँ।